Should grip style determine the mouse that you buy? Or should you buy a certain mouse depending on the grip style that's made for, or can you use any grip style with any mouse? So in this video, we'll take a look and see how grip can affect gameplay and your ability to use different mice. Before we get into it, I do stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Links and times for that will be in the description below if you want to hang out with me there and talk about more tech. So for this video, we'll be using 4 totally different shaped mice playing Overwatch, which is, I know it's a dated game, but I like it, so, deal with it. And we'll be testing the 3 main grip styles: claw, palm, and fingertip. So first up is the Razer Death Adder. And this mouse was definitely intended for a palm grip, due to its shape. And it became quite apparent that, the second you grip this thing, you immediately feel how it wants to just fill out your entire hand like you would for a palm grip. So when I tried to play claw with this thing, it definitely became very obvious that is not the intention of this mouse by any means. So when I try to play claw, it just feels like I just can't get any control on it because it is just so bulky and it kind of fills my hand weird. And fingertip is just not gonna happen with this little guy right here. With this mouse, fingertip is not gonna happen. You can't get a good control. You can't really get a good glide with it. It's just bulky and it's kind of heavy, and it's just way too awkward for fingertip. But for palm, as this mouse is designed for, it excels at that. Next up on the list is the Cooler Master MM720, and this one was definitely designed for claw grip. You like the second you hold it, you're gonna know exactly why. It's the way it's shaped, the way it's designed, it really accommodates claw grip really well. Fingertip is doable because it's extremely lightweight and it's a small, shorter size than the normal mouse. But palm grip is just not going to happen with this little guy because when you try to palm grip, your palm drags all the way back and forth, and it just makes it kind of impossible. You're going to miss shots, you're going to be extremely slow on your turns. It's just a bad idea. So first up on the list for our wireless mouse is the Rocat Cane 202. Now this mouse is actually pretty interesting because it kind of lingers in between wanting to be like a palm grip mouse and a claw grip mouse. It is pretty weird. It has this very distinct kind of bump on the side to where when your thumb kind of goes over it, you get locked into that position to where you can really only use it one of those 2 ways. No, which isn't a bad thing, but if you were a fingertip user, this would be nearly impossible on this mouse because because of that thumb position, but then also just because of the weight of it, it would just be so awkward to control. There would be no way. Then last but not least is the Razer Viper Ultimate. And this mouse, because of its weight and its ambidextrous shape, is actually pretty accommodating for all grip styles. For me personally, I found that claw was the most comfortable with this thing, but you can do palm and fingertip fairly easily. So palm is doable with this one, but with this one, palm is pretty awkward. And it's not because of the shape or the size. So without going into too much detail, basically Razer uses these optical mechanical switches for their mice. And on this one right here, they're extremely sensitive, which is good. They have an extremely low actuation point. But because of that, when you're trying to play with palm on this thing, you accidentally click like crazy. You got your full fingers resting across those pads, and just over and over, I found myself just accidentally clicking, accidentally firing, which in a game like Tarkov or something like that, you definitely do not want that to happen. So can you use any grip with any mouse? Of course. Absolutely you can. It's your body. You can literally do whatever you want. But should you? I would have to say no. After this test right here, I would absolutely have to say no. So this is kind of where it gets interesting. With almost every mouse that you can buy, at least from major manufacturers, they usually list in the specs the type of grip that this mouse is designed for. So for me, even when I tried my hardest to go against those recommendations, when I tried to force my own grip upon that mouse, I found just mid-game, it's like I subconsciously just switched to the grip that it was made for. With the Cooler Master MM720, I immediately go for a claw grip. With the Cane 202, I switch over to a palm grip immediately. It's pretty interesting. It's a strange thing, and I didn't think that would happen. I thought that I could actually resist the urge to do that, but my mind just switches, and I immediately just go back to whatever's the most natural, which is kind of what the manufacturer designed. So as a consumer, should you be aware of grip style, and should you be concerned about grip style when you're shopping for a new mouse? I'd have to say yes and no on that. Natively, you're gonna have a grip style that you love. But I do believe that there's nothing wrong with stepping out of your comfort zones and taking a risk and trying something new. So I want to just give you an example here. I've always just loved ergo mice. I mean, like, I got the Razer Death Adder, I've had the Glorious Model D, and I love those so much, but when I finally kind of broke away from that and tried something new, and especially when I got the Razer Viper, for example, which is a symmetrical, ambidextrous, like, totally different style mouse from what I'm used to, it kind of morphed the way that I play, and it changed my grip style. And I noticed that whenever I switched to that, I start hitting more shots for a while, and then when I switch to something else again, it's like it refreshes my brain, it refreshes my aim, and I'm actually able to start hitting shots again when I kind of go for a while of being a straight up potato. And honestly, I think that just naturally your grip style is just gonna change. Like if you get a different style mouse than what you're used to, I think your grip style is just gonna change and accommodate for that. I mean, obviously not every grip style is gonna work with every person, but don't be afraid to broaden your horizons a bit and just try something else out. I mean, especially this market is so broad and there's so many different options out there for shapes and designs. And you know, I would hate for you to miss out on something that maybe your new favorite just because you think that you have to stay with your one tried and true grip style. So anyways, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. And you know, if you did, please let me know down in the comments below. And also, guys, let me know, what kind of grip style do you prefer to use? Do you have a specific style that you like to play? Are you claw? Are you palm? Are you fingertip? Are you just something wild off the wall? I don't know. Are you playing with your mouse upside down? I don't know what the heck you guys are up to, but let me know down in the comments below because I want to stay up to date on you guys. But once again, thank you so much for checking out this video today, guys. And as always, remember, the easiest and the most free way that you can support the channel, guys, is by hitting a thumbs up on this video if you liked it, guys. And of course, if you loved it, please sub to the channel, guys. But anyways, thank you for checking out the video. As always, stay swole. We'll catch you next time. Peace.